Good morning, and welcome to the third Sunday in Easter. It's the Sunday when we have the great story of the disciples walking down a road, not realizing that Jesus is with them. You know, it kind of makes you think of Willie Nelson. On the road again, on the road with Jesus. This story kind of in brief, sums up the experience of the church. Walking along, traveling through time, um, not quite recognizing when Jesus is especially close to us. Mysterious. That's how his presence is with us. Now, this story that Luke tells, the walk to Emmaus, or the journey with Jesus on that road, is in Luke. And a couple of weeks ago, I recommended that you might want to look into synopsis of the four Gospels so that you could compare this story in Luke with the other Gospels. But guess what? Luke is the only one who tells this story. But you know, I think it has the ring of authenticity, even if we don't have other Gospels to compare it to. We're told the name of one of the two guys walking down the road. We're told what road, how many miles, stuff like that. So I think this is a pretty reliable account of walking with Jesus. Yeah. Isn't that really our experience? You don't really know the times until afterwards. It's the old footprints in the sand story. I didn't know you were there with me until later I looked and I saw, yeah, you were. You were. To have an experience like this is really something. When I was pretty new in this work in the church, I was one day at the church later afternoon, let's say about supper time, and don't know what I was doing there, but there I was all by myself. And a gentleman comes into the church, and he's looking around. He's looking around, and sir, can I help you? Oh, I just wanted to see your church. And now I'm thinking, I know what he's doing. Number one, he came at a time when there's often nobody at the church. He's casing the joint. He wants to see what's here so he can maybe steal something. So I had him figured out. So, yeah, I said, you can go and see the church. And he walked from room to room, and I was right there with him. I wasn't letting on that I knew what was going on. But he walked all through the church, saw everything, and then he walks out the door, and he is walking towards the street, which was also a highway. And he's standing out at the end of the sidewalk next to the street, and I'm standing there because I want to see him leave. Because I'm thinking he's there to steal. So we're standing there together. The evening is coming on. It's getting kind of, low light. And then he says to me, he goes, I've written my own translation of the 23rd Psalm. Would you like to hear it? Yeah. And so then he goes through the entire 23rd Psalm in his own words, telling it to me. And at the end of that, he just stuck out his thumb. A car pulled over. He got in the car like a hitchhiker, and off he went. And I was almost trembling as that car pulled away because I was feeling like, this is what the New Testament was talking about. We are sometimes visited by angels and we don't even know it. Yeah, I did not recognize this guy. I thought he was a bad guy. But no, he was there in friendship and left me with an experience that I can still remember quite vividly. Yeah. The church right now is walking through a time that's pretty difficult, or it's unusual. But last night some of the council members had a meeting on Zoom, electronical meeting, and we could see each other, we could hear each other, even though we were in all kinds of different places. And you know what? The mood was great. The mood was fantastic. Even though we're walking down this unusual road, there was a lightness of spirit. Kind of makes me think that Jesus just might be traveling with us right now. Yeah. Hey, I hope you have a good day today. Good Sunday, good Sabbath. I want to give a special greeting and thank you to my old friend, H. George Anderson. Yeah, many, many years ago, I walked in unannounced to his office in Columbia, South Carolina. He didn't know me from Adam. I had just driven like 1,200 miles nonstop and walked in. I must have been pretty ragged. And he welcomed me to the seminary and helped me to learn how to be a pastor. So H. George, thank you. Thank you. You were kind of one of my angels unawares. So, thank you for your love, Jesus. Thank you for traveling with us, even when we don't see you. This would be a great time, wouldn't it, for me to whip out my guitar and play and sing on the road again. But I don't have my guitar, don't know the chords, so I'll just leave you. God bless.